Chapter 3. The Emeritus Director. St. Jude's clinic was deserted. A resonant, sterile silence filled the hallways. Only the low-pitched hum of the ventilation system and the muffled cries of the trapped doctors could be heard from the basement. Representatives of the Schmidt family board of directors and the city inspectorate entered the chief physician's office. Rosie greeted them. She wore a spotless, pressed white lab coat and held a thick folder filled with documents. Dr. Anthony Miller sat on the floor by the oak desk. He was wearing a straitjacket, whining and trying to scrape invisible birds of cigarette ash from the parquet floor. "What's going on here, Dr. Schmidt?" The board representative frowned. Rosie sighed sadly, placing her hand on her chest. "It pains me to admit this, gentlemen. Dr. Miller suffered a severe psychotic break against the backdrop of progressive dementia. He imagined himself a god. Using his position, he illegally isolated and subjected the entire medical staff to forced chemotherapy. I tried to stop him, but he completely lost control." Miller shook his head, trying to breathe. "It's her, that red-haired girl. She was whispering to me. She was giving me tea." Rosie looked at him sympathetically, then turned to the inspectors. "Persecution delusions, a typical phase. He's confusing me with one of his patients from 30 years ago." The inspectors exchanged glances. Documents, signatures, video recordings. Everything indicated that Miller had personally given the orders to neutralize the staff. All the papers were signed in his trembling yet recognizable hand. "That creature to the isolation ward in the lower block," the council representative ordered dryly. "And you, Rosemary, you demonstrated incredible courage and professionalism in maintaining control of the facility." 2 hours later, reporters stood outside the clinic entrance. Camera flashes blinded their eyes. Rosie Schmidt stood on the marble steps, as straight as a taut string. Her lips were smiling 2 millimeters up. "The board of directors has officially appointed me as the new director and chief physician of St. Jude's Clinic," she said into the microphones in a clear, velvety voice. "We are beginning a new era, an era of absolute sterility and order." Cameras clicked, capturing the young, brilliant doctor, the savior of the institution. "And to take the throne, you don't have to assassinate the king in public. You just have to convince the king to cut off his own crown, head and all." She turned and slowly entered the building. One last step remained.